Ahoy, Bucky. I'm happy to hear that your ship is doing well, and I hope that everything is still making you happy. I've been learning a lot in my positive psychology class, and I'd like to share some of it with you. Optimism is where your mental attitude to tend to expect good things in the future. This is also something we've talked about a lot in class, and this leads to dispositional optimism, which is a personality trait with a general expectation that good things will happen. There are a lot of benefits to being optimistic. First, psychologically, is it generally gives you a better and less negative outlook on life. It gives you a better coping strategy and lower stress, mental health benefits like reducing your risk of depression and even better handling of your anxiety. It also gives you a greater resilience, which means you are able to bounce back better and faster from setbacks and adversity while coping better with stress. It also gives you a greater life satisfaction, which means that you'll have a greater sense of purpose and well being. Physically, it gives you a better immune response, faster recovery time when you're sick, and even lowers cardiovascular disease chances. Academically and professionally, it gives you a higher achievement and better at solving problems, which you'll need for your interview. It also has some social benefits, like stronger and better relationships, more positive friendships, and you're more likely to have pro-social behavior, which means you're more likely to help others contribute to the greater community. Optimism is not just about positive thinking, but is a functional mindset to enhance health, happiness, and success in many aspects of your life. I hate to hear that you can't click your heels like before, and it sounds like you're facing the beginnings of the new body aging, which is perfectly normal. Let's talk about aging positively. So, positive aging is the idea of living longer with vitality, purpose, and well being, rather than having a longer life or adding time to your life. It's about making a better life more than having a longer life. As life expectancy has increased, we all must make the best of the life that we have and increase the joy, love, and connections and hope that we feel. There are several aspects of this. Psychologically, we must challenge the ageist stereotypes. We have to increase our focus on our strengths, abilities, and continual growth. And we have to use the frameworks of resilience and post traumatic growth to understand how we can thrive through adversity. We have to talk about wisdom with aging. Age does not always limit or cause wisdom. We have now found through experience that it causes wisdom and is not just age, but it also comes through experience, but not all with age. As we grow wiser, we are able to use the wisdom that we have to help others through life as well. So there are several ways to age positively. First, it's to have hope, aspirations, goals, and a positive mindset. We have to have a reason to get up in the morning, so find a purpose. Grow and cultivate wisdom, build resilience, and nurture it. To do this, you have to maintain social support, practice adaptive coping strategies, and try lifelong learning so that you're open to new experiences. Take care of yourself. Physically, you can exercise, have a healthy diet, take your medicine and supplements. Mentally, you have to stay cognitively engaged. This is able to be done by doing puzzles or crosswords or just reading. Finally, stay social. Have strong social groups and remain close to a family and friends. Try to be flexible and accept that aging is inevitable, but it does not have to be a bad thing. Practice mindfulness, meditation, and self-compassion. I see that you've noticed my values and behavior notes, so I'll explain it to you. On one side of my list is the values, and the other is my behaviors that I do to achieve them. Values are defined as deeply held beliefs or principles that guide our behavior and decision making. Values are the ideas that we hold dear to us and help us to prioritize our goals and actions. Things that are my values include honesty, integrity, my faith in the commandments of God and Jesus, being hardworking, open to new things, and taking care of myself and others, and finally, being helpful. Some of these behaviors are the actions that I'm taking to keep this in check are to be open to new ideas, being flexible, being honest, and having hard conversations, acting with integrity, being consistent with and about my faith, working hard in school and in life, and finally, taking care of myself and others and helping as much as I can. I'm so proud of you for getting your interview, and I hope for the best. I can understand that you have some anxiety about it, and especially since you're not used to having verbal communication in the workplace. So, I like to think of it as this: it's all about your mindset. We learned that there are two types of mindset: there's growth and fixed. Growth mindset means that you continue to grow over time and are adaptable and flexible to new ideas. This means that you embrace difficulty and challenges. You believe that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Mistakes are part of life and they can be learned from. You have to make an effort and try to do your best. Having a growth mindset leads you to be more resilient, achieve more, and have a greater well being. A fixed mindset is more of a negative outlook of life whenever you are thinking that things don't change. You often believe that the abilities and intelligence that we have are static, which means that they don't change and you either have them or you don't. You're able to, or try to, avoid failure by not putting in the effort into things that you should, and this leads you inevitably to more failure. Mistakes are seen as a personal inadequacy, and you're more likely to have an avoidant behavior, self-doubt, and reduced performance. I like to look at it this way. Some people look at life and say that's just how it is, I'm set in my ways and I'm not changing, and neither is the world. Or we can look at life and say that it changes and it can get better, and I can grow and develop into the best person I can. I can do all things to make my life better. So why is this important? A growth mindset supports positive psychological interventions by reinforcing beliefs in change and improvement. By encouraging a growth mindset, we can help build grit, hope, and goal-directed behavior, all of which are crucial for flourishing. As for your interview and outlook on life, I hope you will choose to have a growth mindset and see that you can do the best you can, and that no matter how it goes, you will learn from it and be better for it. So, in the end, I want you to be optimistic, have values, and behave in a way that makes it possible. I want you to age well and positively. And finally, use your growth mindset to flourish into the best pirate you can be.